Hey guys, Arena Stories here, and today we're just going to run through some talents for Rogue Mage. So guys, the first thing we're going to take, and which is extremely important, is Relentless Strikes. Relentless Strikes has a 20% chance per combo point to restore 25 energy, so if you have 5 combo points, that's basically a 100% chance to restore 25 energy, which means you can CC more and deal more damage over time. Now, the second thing guys, I just wanted to go into detail is Master of Deception. So guys, Master of Deception would really depend on what comp you're playing and as well as your race. So right now, for example, I'm playing an Orc Rogue and I'm with a Mage. So this is extremely important, and reason why is because we cannot afford to mess up our openers. So if I do get sapped or opened by a Feral Druid, it's pretty much a extremely high chance that we lose the game. And in a Rogue Mage comp, you cannot afford to make a single mistake on your openers and setups, so this is really important. Now guys, this is super different if you're playing something like Shadow Priest Rogue or Healer Rogue in a 2v2 comp. Reason why is because you can afford to be sapped, you can afford to be found, and you can afford to make mistakes. So for this reason guys, if you are playing something like SPR or Healer Rogue, you don't have to take 3 out of 3, you can actually take 2 out of 3 with this. And if you are playing Night Elf, you can actually take 1 out of 3 here. If you're playing a Human Rogue, you can take 2 out of 3 as well. It depends on your race and it depends on what comp you are playing. But again, I am an Orc Rogue and I am playing Rogue Mage, so I have to take 3 out of 3 here. The third thing guys is Opportunity, and increases your ambush damage and backstab damage by 20%, which is your base damage when you're dealing damage in arena. Dirty Tricks, which increases your blind range and reduces the energy cost of your blind and sap by 50%. Elusiveness reduces the cooldown of your blind, Cloaks of Shadows, and Vanish, extremely important. Serrated Blades ignores up to 9% of your armor and increases your rupture damage by 30%, so that's really good against TKs and warriors. It's extremely important. Improved Ambush, which increases your ambush crit by 50%, and guys, that stacks with your overall crit as well. So mine is 33% right now. The improved ambush increases it by 50%, so an overall 80% crit chance on ambush. Next is Initiative. So guys, Initiative has a 100% chance of giving you an extra combo point whenever you cheap shot, ambush, or garrote. This is extremely important because whenever you open, it'll save you time on building combo points and just unleash more and more damage with Eviscerate or CCs like your kidney shots. The other thing I wanted to talk about guys is Heightened Senses. This really depends on what comp you are playing. So what this does guys is increases your stealth detection, which is huge, and reduces the chance you're hit by spelled and range attacks. But guys, again, this depends on what comp you're playing. If you're playing Shadow Priest Rogue, if you're playing Healer Rogue, anything of that nature, you will not really need this because you're going to be out for most of the game, and it really doesn't matter if you get found out or not because you can recover and come back. But if you are playing Rogue Mage, you do need this. And just one other subject I just want to bring up: if you are playing Rogue Mage and if you're noticing that you are fighting a lot of comps that are not stealth based like a Feral Druid or Rogue, it is a bit of a risky thing. I've done it before, but it has backfired sometimes, and other times it did work out really well. It just depends on the queues. It really depends on what teams you are fighting at what MMR. So for example, I am at 2700 MMR right now, so the majority of my fights are mainly with DK Paladins and Warrior Paladins, so this talent doesn't really do much for me, but I still do take it just in case we do run into any stealth comps that I may need it for. But overall guys, it is a really good talent that you will most likely need, especially when you're starting off as Rogue Mage. And Preparation, of course, refreshes every single CD you have. And Dirty Tricks reduces the cost of Cheap Shot, Garrett, and other special abilities, and increases more damage at targets below 35% health, which is important. The other thing is Hemorrhage. Hemorrhage is really important guys for you and your partner. Increases overall damage that you deal, and as well as build combo points fast enough. So if you really need to build combo points quick, this is actually really useful. Or if the target is in front of you and not giving you their back, you can actually use this. The other thing I wanted to mention guys that's also really important is Master of Subtlety. Again, this really depends On the comp you're playing as a rogue mage, you really do need this because your opener is literally everything, so it increases your overall damage by 10%. And the reason why I say it depends on what comp you're playing, guys, is because if you are playing with a shadow priest, it is best not to take this because the majority of the time you will be out fighting with your partner and he will be healing you. With rogue mage, you basically have to do a sort of hit and run tactic, and you're not going to be out there fighting your target most of the time. You're mainly going to be resetting and coming back and killing the target. This talent tree is mainly for rogue mage, guys, so if you are playing rogue mage, this is a must. Other thing is deadliness increases your overall attack bar by 10%, which is huge. You really do need this. Cheat death basically gives you a second chance at life. You need it as well. Premeditation gains you 2 combo points at your target, which is a huge advantage on your openers, especially when you're using Shadow Dance as well. Sinister Calling increases your total agility by 15%, the percentage bonus of your backstab and hemorrhage damage by 10%. Waylay is extremely important. I cannot stress enough how much you need this talent. I've been getting a lot of comments and whispers on this talent on why I use this. A lot of people do ask, if you do have crippling poison, why take Waylay? Reason why, guys, is because when you're fighting something like a priest or a shaman or a hunter, they can dispel your crippling poison and basically get away from you, and if they do get away from you and slow you, it's pretty much over. With Waylay, guys, once you backstab them, they cannot remove it. It is basically like a warrior's hamstring. You cannot dispel it unless you're a paladin, of course. The other thing, guys, is Filthy Tricks. Reduces the cooldown by 10 seconds and energy cost of your Tricks of Trade, which is huge for your partner, and Shadow Step ability and preparation by 3 minutes. This is a must. Shadow Step, of course you need it. Honor Amongst Thieves is literally the best talent in your talent tree, and I'll actually be demonstrating in a little bit on why this is the best talent, because it gains you free combo points every second. And Slaughter from the Shadows reduces the energy cost of your backstab and ambush ability by 20 and hemorrhage damage by 5%, and increases your overall damage by 5% as well. Shadow Dance, improved gouge. So this is actually a touchy subject. A lot of people keep asking on why you need this and why people don't take it. Again, guys, and I know I keep repeating this, it really depends on your comp. It depends on your playstyle. So as of right now, with my playstyle, with my 2v2 partner who is a mage, we don't really need to send gouges that much. I mean, it is a really important thing that you need to do, especially when you're fighting a Restore Druid or a DK, but the current way that I am playing with my partner, we don't really need it, and we basically go off of damage and resets. But if you are playing something like a Shadow Priest or with a healer, you definitely do need this. Can play this with Rogue Mage as well. It just depends on your playstyle. I personally don't use it that much. I personally don't need an extra 1.5 seconds on the gouge because the playstyle we have is completely different, but you can take it. It is a really good talent, guys. It just depends on your playstyle. Next is Improved Eviscerate. Increases your overall eviscerate damage by 20%. Next is Malice. Malice is really not that important, but of course it's better than taking Remorseless Attacks, since this is mainly a PvE talent. Ruthlessness is really important, guys, and actually I was going to mention, guys, why Ruthlessness and Relentless Strikes and Initiative really correlate together, and I'll be showing you why in a second, guys. And next we have Puncturing Wounds, which basically increases your backstab damage by 30%. And finally, Vigor. Now, guys, I'm going to be showing you why Ruthlessness, Initiative, and Honor Amongst Thieves really work well together. Reason why, guys, is because one ambush can actually give you 5 combo points, so that's an endless amount of eviscerates. So guys, I just want you to pay attention to my combo point gain here. So I Shadow Step ambush 5 combo points, Shadow Dance ambush 5 combo points, again eviscerate, ambush again 4 combo points, ambush again 5 combo points. And guys, this is just an endless amounts of combo point gains, so this is a huge advantage in arena when you're opening on someone, and when you want to burst, it'll actually save you a lot of time and save you a lot of energy. The next thing I wanted to mention, guys, is your glyphs. So guys, this is currently the best glyphs you can get at the moment. First off is Preparation. Reason why, guys, is because it resets your kick cooldown as well as your dismantle cooldown. So you basically can dismantle 2 times. So for example, if you're fighting a DK or a warrior who's using Bladestorm, you can actually dismantle this Bladestorm twice, which is a huge thing. Next, guys, is Distract. As a minor glyph, it increases the range by 5 yards, which isn't that much, but it is currently the best glyph to get for minors. The second major glyph is Sprint, guys. This is extremely important, because if you're playing rogue mage or a double DPS comp as a rogue, this can basically make all the difference with your resets, and it can help you, for example, dodge a warrior's AoE range shout that may get you out of stealth. This may actually prevent that, and basically is just an overall easier way to reset in your games. The next thing, guys, is Shadow Dance, which basically buys you an extra 2 global cooldowns on your ability, extra 2 ambushes or a cheap shot or a garrote. And lastly, guys, as your second minor is a Vanish. So whenever you vanish, it increases your movement speed by 30%, which works well with Sprint. And yeah, guys, that's basically it. If you found this video useful, don't forget to leave a like, and as always, thanks for watching, guys.